Welcome back to my channel, Math and Language, and we're going to discuss how to solve radical equations. Let's start with the first one, the squaring property of equality. Okay, if A and B daw are real numbers and A is equal to B, then yung A square ay equal sa B square. For example, let's have the first example, the basics. The square root of x is equal to 9. Okay. So, para mawala yung radical sign, you can square both sides. So, the square root of x, square mo siya, is equal to 9 squared. So, x is equal to 81. Mawawala na yung radical sign. So, nahanap na natin yung value ni x. Moving on, let's go to example number 2. The basics again. Okay, what if we have the square root of x plus 2 tapos equal natin siya sa 3? So, we can square both sides para mawala yung buong radical sign. So, that will be the square of the quantity of the square root of x plus 2 is equal to 3 squared. Simplify it, mawawala yung square root sign, that will be x plus 2 is equal to 9. So, ganun lang siya kadali. Okay? Okay. Kaso, syempre, kailangan natin mahanap yung value ni x. So, that will be x is equal to 7. But of course, we need to check it. Okay? So, sabi dito, x is equal to 7 daw. Okay, so substitute natin back yung 7 sa x. So, that will be the square root of 7 plus 2 is equal to 3. So, 7 plus 2 is 9. Ang square root nun ay 3. So, tama. Yung x daw ay 7, which is correct. Okay. Moving on. Let's have the example number 3. 2 solutions. Okay. Paano kaya ito? Kung meron kang the square root of 2x plus 5, tapos minus 1 is equal to x. Okay, sir, paano yun? So, we need to isolate first the radical sign. So, lipat ko muna yung 1 sa kabila. So, the equation will now be the square root of the quantity 2x plus 5 is equal to x plus 1. Now, we can now square both sides. So, magiging the square of the quantity of the square root of 2x plus 5 is equal to the square of x plus 1. Simplify it, mawawala na yung radical sign. Tapos, magiging 2x plus 5 na siya. I-square mo yung x plus 1, that will be x squared plus 2x plus 1. Ngayon, simplify further, we have 0 is equal to x squared minus 4. Now, we have to do factoring para mahanap natin yung value ni x. So, factor mo yung x squared minus 4, that will be 0 is equal to the quantity x plus 2 times the quantity x minus 2. So, by the zero property of equality, so that will be x is equal to negative 2 or x is equal to 2. So, yun yung value. Meron tayong dalawang value ni x. Ngayon, we have to check it kung alin dito yung kukunin nating value ni x. Okay. So, again, x is equal to negative 2 or x is equal to 2. So, substitute natin yung negative 2 at yung negative 2 muna. So, the square root of 2 times mo ng negative 2 plus 5, yun, yung nasa loob ng square root, minus natin ng 1 ay equal sa negative 2. Kasi lahat ng x, papalitan mo ng negative 2. At yung sa kabilang solution naman, the square root of the quantity 2 times 2 plus 5, ay yung nasa loob ng radical sign, minus tayo ng 1, is equal to 2. Kasi, di ba, x is equal to 2. Okay, moving on. Ngayon, magiging, simplify natin yung nasa loob ng square root. So, that will be the square root of negative 4 plus 5 Yung nasa loob. Minus 1 is equal to negative 2. At yung sa kabila naman, the square root of 4 plus 5. At minus 1 is equal to 2. Let's simplify further. So we have the square root of 1. Tapos minus 1 is equal to negative 2. At yung sa right solution naman, that will be the square root of 9. Minus 1 ng 1 is equal to 2. So moving on, that will be 1 minus 1. Of course, it's not equal to negative 2. So hindi siya equal. So right solution naman, we have 3 minus 1. This is square root of 9 ay 3. 3 minus 1 is equal to 2, which is correct. So we can say that x is equal to 2 is the only solution. Alright, so let's move on to the next example. What if we have two radical expressions dun sa equation? So we have the square root of 6x plus 7. Plus mo daw siya sa square root of the quantity 3x plus 3. At i-equal natin siya sa 1. So for that one, you have to isolate the two radical expressions para mas madali natin siya mas simplify. Okay, so that will be the square root of the quantity 6x plus 7 is equal to 1 minus the square root of the quantity 3x plus 3. So dahil na-isolate na natin yung dalawang radical sign, radical expression, so pwede na natin silang i-square both sides para mawala sila. So that will be the square of the square root of the quantity 6x plus 7 is equal to the square of 1 minus the square of the quantity 3x plus 3. So next, okay, simplify it. Mawawala na yung square root dun sa left. So that will be 6x plus 7 na lang. And if you're going to square dun sa right side, that will be 1 minus 2 square root 3x plus 3. Tapos, mag-add tayo ng 3x plus 3 din. Now, you have to simplify further. So that will be 3x plus 3 is equal to negative 2 square root of 3x plus 3. As much as possible, ilagay mo yung radical expression sa isang side lang. Para, kailangan kasi natin siyang i-square ulit para mawala. Okay? Next, ngayon na, i-square na natin both sides. That will be the square of the quantity 3x plus 3 is equal to the square of negative 2 square root 3x plus 3. Okay. So, ngayon, we need to square both sides. So, that will be, sa left side, that will be 9x squared plus 18x plus 9 is equal to 4 times the quantity 3x plus 3. So another simplification, simplify muna natin yung nasa right side by distributive property of equality. So yung sa right side, as is pa rin siya, that will be 9x squared plus 18x plus 9 is equal to 12x plus 12. Okay, after that, pwede natin is simplify further. So that will be 9x squared plus 6x minus 3 is equal to 0. Equal natin siya sa 0 para ma-factor natin siya at malaman natin yung value ni x. So, kapag pinactor mo na to, that will be 3 times the quantity x plus 1 times the quantity 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. Ngayon, mahanap na natin yung value ni x sa ganito. So, by the zero property of equality, makikita natin na x ay equals sa negative 1 at ang isang x value ni x ay 1/3. Okay? So again, ang value ni x daw ay negative 1 or 1/3. Moving on. So, we need to check muna kung ano ba talaga yung kukunin nating value. So again, ito yung problem kanina, the square root of 6x plus 7. Tapos, pa-plus natin daw siya sa square root of the quantity 3x plus 3 is equal to 1. Negative 1 ba or 1/3 ang value ni x? Okay, let's find out. Okay, for that one, substitute na natin siya. So, let's start with x is equal to negative 1. Yung sa kaliwa. So the square root of that will be negative 6 kasi 6 times negative 1 ay negative 6 plus 7 plus mo daw siya dun sa square root ng 3x. So that will be negative 1 times 3, negative 3. So negative 3 plus 3 is equal to 1. Ngayon, yung sa right side, that will be 1/3. So 1/3 times mo ng 6, that will be 2. So 2 plus 7, yun yung sa loob ng square root. Plus mo siya sa square root ng 3x plus 3 daw. So 1/3 times 3 ay 1, plus 1 and 3 is equal to 1. So, we simplify it and the answer dun sa kaliwa ay 1 is equal to 1. Sa right side naman, that will be 5, which is not equal to 1. So we can say that x is equal to negative 1. So that is the only solution. Okay? So again, if you're going to solve radical expressions that medyo complicated siya, you have to check it first. You have to check it and substitute it. Lalo na kung dalawa yung solution, hindi mo malalaman kung ano ba talaga dito or dalawa sila yung magiging sagot mo dun sa problem, yung value ni x. And that's the end of the lesson on how to solve radical equations. Next video natin will be about how to solve word problems involving radical expressions. And if you would like to comment or suggest another math and language video or kung may assignment kayo, please comment down below. Again, this is James, your math and language instructor. I will see you again. And also, click the bell notification para updated kayo sa bagong videos ng math and language. See you!